Hi, this is Arnav from Sky Civic. If this is your first time watching one of our videos or reading our blog, we help governments interact with their citizens in meaningful ways using conversational interfaces. And today I want to briefly discuss the scope of using chatbots in 311 reporting systems. To begin with, I don't know if you guys saw this, but in fall of last year, 2018, Domino's launched a marketing campaign called Paving for Pizza. And the basic premise of the campaign was that if there was a pothole in between you and your local Domino's restaurant and it was causing your pizzas to get destroyed while you were going to pick them up, you could report that pothole to Domino's and Domino's would come and fix it for you. I had the website open right over here and you can go to it to check it out. It's called pavingforpizza.com. Now, this marketing stunt was super popular online for two reasons. First of all, the idea of Domino's fixing potholes is quite amusing because you don't really associate a pizza company with road work. Second, it's because potholes are one of those issues which unite people across the country and across the globe, regardless of what they believe and where they live. Now, while Domino's take on the issue was a lighthearted one, we view it as nothing short of a crisis because for a lot of people in the world, roads are key lines of communication. We use roads to get to office, we use roads to get to school, we use roads to get to the hospital if we're sick or injured. And having a pothole in the way just slows that down, and that's unacceptable. Now, the issue with fixing potholes isn't one that most citizens realize. People usually think that the issue with fixing potholes is the actual process of fixing it, but most city governments know how to do that. We have experienced road crews who can go out and fix a pothole within a matter of hours or even a matter of minutes for some. The real issue in fixing potholes is in the reporting systems. So if you look at a reporting system today, a 311 reporting system, it usually looks like this, an online one. It's not particularly inviting. It looks like a website from the late 90s or the early 2000s, and it usually depends on an ugly looking form, which doesn't really encourage the citizen to carry out their civic duty. The alternative to this, which a lot of city governments adopt, is a phone-based approach. So call into 311 and someone will take your query for you. But even that's an imperfect approach because with a constraint of resources, a lot of cities are forced, as you can see on this website, to have phone lines that aren't available 24/7. So over here, the city of Mobile has their 311 services available from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Monday through Saturday. So if you want to report it on Sunday, if you want to report it after 7 p.m., you're out of luck. Now, our solution to this is a chatbot. So over here on the screen right now, you can see a 311 chatbot that we created using information from the LA 311 app. It's a pretty simple experience. You interact with the bot in a conversation to report the issue that you're facing as a citizen. Now, this offers benefits to city governments and citizens in many ways. First of all, on the city side, it offers scalability, efficiency, and affordability. So in terms of scalability, since the conversation is automated, you don't face the problems that you face with a phone-based approach. You don't have to hire more people to man this chat. It can interact with millions of people concurrently with no additional cost. So it is scalable in that sense. On the efficiency front, you don't need to hire a web developer to make something like this. You need minimal web development skills really to make something like this. We've actually perfected this process so we can have one of these up and running within a matter of minutes, because when you're building a chatbot, the basic elements of the page are fixed. You have to have message bubbles for the user, you have to have message bubbles for the bot, and they're more or less in the same place. They follow the same basic template that you see in iMessage and in Messenger and in WhatsApp. On the other hand, in a traditional website, you have to have an actual web developer who knows JavaScript, HTML, and CSS go in and figure out where they're going to lay out all the elements, how they're going to structure the elements, and how they're going to make those elements. And that costs a lot of money. So in that sense, building one of these bots is far more efficient than building a whole website like the traditional approach. And related to that, it's affordable. So as I mentioned, on the scalability front, you don't need to hire more workers to handle this system because it's completely automated. So as a result, you don't need to to expand your payroll. Equally, you don't need to hire a web developer to make the website for you. All you need is a writer, because the main aspect of the user experience here is the actual messages. And all you need for that is a half decent writer. And if you work in government, you know that there is no dearth of writers in government. On the citizen side, it offers three benefits again. So first of all, familiarity. So a lot of citizens in most cities are usually come from a diverse set of backgrounds, whether that's age, race, religion. And as a result of that, think about age, right? Older citizens don't know how to interact with the web in the same way that younger citizens do. So when you drop them on a website, like a traditional 311 website, they are not going to know how to interact with it as well as a millennial might. The chat approach fixes that, because chat interfaces are something that are universal. Whether you're an 80-year-old grandma or a millennial who's going to college, you know exactly how to interact with a chatbot, because you use apps like Messenger, WhatsApp, and iMessage every single day to message your family and your friends. So it offers a sense of familiarity. The second advantage is mobile optimization. So there's a whole lot of websites online which aren't mobile optimized, and the reason for that is because hiring a web developer to do that, or hiring a good web developer who can do that, costs a lot of money. So the end result is that websites like this don't really look that great on mobile. So you just take this terrible experience and you squish it down to a small screen, and the experience becomes even worse. With a chat interface, on the other hand, that problem doesn't exist, because chat interfaces were made first and foremost with the mobile user in mind. When you think about apps like iMessage and WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, they were made for people on mobile. So the interface itself was made with the small screen user in mind. And as a result, you don't face the same mobile optimization issues that you do with a traditional website. And the third and final advantage of using a chatbot-based approach for 311 reporting is that you can engage your citizens. So as I mentioned with the traditional website-based approach, citizens are expected to fill out these ugly-looking forms that aren't particularly engaging, and they don't feel very personal. They don't feel like their city cares about them. And it feels like just another bureaucratic government process that they don't want to fill out. They feel like they're at the DMV. The conversational approach of chatbots, on the other hand, transforms that form filling experience into an engaging conversation with a city official. So it feels like you're offering them good customer service. And that makes them more likely to actually complete the entire process of reporting their issue. So the culmination of all of that is that chatbot approaches are just better. They engage citizens, they offer affordability to governments, and they're sort of the perfect middle ground between the solutions that currently exist. They can engage citizens in the way that a human operator can on a phone, but they're completely automated in the way a website is, so they don't cost that much more to implement. So that's it for today. I hope you guys learned a little bit about this new approach to 311 reporting. If you're interested in exploring this for yourself, generate a lead using the chatbot in the bottom right of the screen, or send us a message. We'll probably leave our contact details in the blog post below this. Thank you.